In the shadowed heart of Vermont, nestled among crumbling stone walls and whispering birch trees, lay a village called Stillwater Glen. Most maps forgot it. Most people did too. But if you happened upon it, by mistake or misfortune, you might be drawn to the crooked little shop that sat where two mossy roads met. Marrow and Time, Clock Repairs. Since 1841, the sign never aged, the paint never chipped, the windows were always clean, though no one ever saw anyone doing the cleaning. And behind the glass stood dozens of clocks, grandfather, cuckoo, pocket, even hourglasses, all perfectly synchronized, ticking as one. They said the man inside was old, very old. His name was Elias Grieve, and he hadn't left the shop since the Eisenhower administration. Yet somehow his hair remained black, his fingers nimble. He was tall, polite, and unnervingly quiet. He never laughed, never blinked too often, and his eyes, gray like cooled ash, seemed to stare just a second longer than necessary. Locals avoided him, but travelers wandered in. Once a month or so, a lost hiker or a curious antique hunter would walk through the door, hear the chime, and never come back out. Of course, no one ever investigated. Stillwater Glen had a way of swallowing stories, like mud swallows boots. Only one person ever escaped. Her name was Ruby Holloway, and she arrived during a rainstorm, soaked through and desperate to get her vintage watch fixed. A family heirloom, she said. Elias greeted her with his usual stillness and took the timepiece between two gloved hands. A 1910 AWW Waltham, he said. Fine craftsmanship, but it's not broken, she insisted. He nodded. It will take 1 hour, he said. You may wait. She sat. The clocks ticked in perfect unison. Tick, 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 tick. As the hour passed, she began to notice something strange. The rain outside had frozen mid-fall. Droplets hovered like pearls in the air. The pendulums moved, but no wind stirred her hair. Time, it seemed, had stopped, except within the shop. The ticking grew louder and louder. The faces of the clock seemed to turn toward her. She stood, heart racing, but found the door no longer existed. Just wall, just wood. Elias appeared behind her, holding the watch. You should not have brought this here, he said. It already holds too much time. Ruby backed away. What do you mean? He didn't answer. Instead, he wound the watch once. The room shivered. One by one, the clocks began to strike the hour. But instead of chimes, each one let out a scream, a voice, a cry, a whisper of someone trapped inside. Ruby heard names, places, pleas. Let us out. She stole my hour. I was only passing through. The glass on a wall clock shattered, and a gust of cold, dead air spilled out. Ruby ran, and somehow, she escaped. She burst through the front door and stumbled into the night. The rain fell again. The world resumed. But when she turned to look back, the shop was gone, just trees, and a clearing where no building had ever stood. Years later, Ruby tried to find Stillwater Glen again. She drove every winding road in Vermont. She searched for records, maps, memories, nothing. But sometimes when the world grows quiet at night and the ticking of her watch grows just a bit too loud, she swears she hears a distant chime and a voice whispering from behind glass. Time always collects its debt,